It's that time of year again. It's already August and the heat is hot all over the US. Today I wanted to go over a few tips on your thermostats and also your air handler unit that's typically going to be in a lot of people's attics or a closet. All right, so during these hot months in the summer, your air handler in the attic or in the closet could start to develop issues with moisture. And you can see there's just a little bit of moisture here on this plastic piece because that's pretty much one of the thin spots. But you want to look all along the seams and of course under the air handler and make sure you don't have any excessive water. A lot of the times these air handlers, they'll have a lot of condensation buildup that'll form along the bottom. And it's pretty common if you're demanding a lot out of your AC unit. We had our upstairs set at 72 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a little bit more than what we typically demand out of it. Usually we leave it set at 74, and downstairs we'll leave our thermostat at 72. The house that I have has a split zone system, so there's two different ductways. One goes downstairs and one goes upstairs. And they have those little dampener flaps that are automatically controlled by the motherboard, the computer unit, which is very beautifully mounted up here. And basically, I've learned not to demand too much from the system. And if you have your air handler that is getting covered in moisture, which this is something we've talked about in the past, and what you need to understand about the air handler is that essentially this is the cold box. All of the air that is hot is getting blown through here, and it's cooling it and then going through your ducts and getting spread throughout the vents that are in the ceilings throughout your home. Now, a large floor fan, believe it or not, is a really good remedy if you're having condensation issues. This time of year, this particular air handler, I've had it in the past where it is just drenched with water. And anytime I run my hand underneath it, or at the front or the back here by the plumbing, it would just I'd have tons of water dripping off of it. And in the past, you can see my old previous air handler I had up here in the past was leaking, but that wasn't really due to condensation issues. That was because we had a drain that was clogged up. And that's another thing that I'll talk about. Most HVAC technicians will come out to your home and they'll use an air compressor. Usually it's a tank with air, and they'll actually blow out your lines. Generally, you want to use a mixture of hot water and an anti-slime detergent. It's basically like they sell it up at Home Depot or Lowe's, and you can buy it for pretty cheap. But all you really need to do as a homeowner for preventative maintenance to prevent your AC unit from leaking the overfill pan is to go ahead and fill this up with the hottest water that your hot water can do, and then mix a little bit of bleach in here or another cleaning product that is safe for plumbing, because this is essentially draining into the bathroom sink. It's using the same drainage line that's coming off of our bathroom sink. So we want to make sure that we go ahead and use something that is plumbing safe and it's not necessarily too abrasive either. All you need to do is pop this little piece of PVC pipe loose, grab you a full jug of hot water, and then we're going to pour it right in here. And I don't know if you guys can see it right there, but our unit is definitely due for some cleaning. So we're going to go ahead and flush this guy out. All right, so we got a couple little things here to help clean out our drain. And like I said, this is the most common issue that AC technicians get called out to homes for, is this getting clogged up right here. I'll show you guys the second most common issue here in a bit after we get done cleaning this out and pouring our hot water mix down. I'm going to use this little guy to get in here and try and collect some of that debris. There you can see we had a yucky booger that was forming, and that is going to cause some blockage. The reason that little booger develops there on the top side is because, as you can see, the water level just kind of chills here. It doesn't really drain through the pipe very quickly. It just gradually makes its way down through here and then drains itself down in the bathroom sink. But this is important for us to clean out just because there is a decent amount of this debris and we want to make sure we get as much of it as possible. Another handy tool is our weasel, which is very plastic and pliable. So it's kind of a safe bet for us to take it, stick it down in here, and see how much gunk we can collect. Go rinse these out and we'll come back. But now we'll take our weasel and we should be able to see the end of it here. And see, that's what we want. We want to see that there's no big giant clumps getting stuck right here. So now we can go ahead and just twist and rotate counterclockwise and pull this guy up and out. And now we can go rinse these again. And if you're located in Texas or Florida or somewhere in the South where there's a lot of humidity, you're down by the coast and you're closer to the equator, so you're dealing with higher temperatures in the summertime, it's essential for you to always check these every summer. And I'm sure the HVAC professionals would say you need to check this every 3 to 4 months or something like that. Now you guys can see it is relatively free and clear of debris. We don't have hardly any slime that is stuck and booger-like, and now it looks like we're getting closer to clean water. So now it's a great time to get our hottest water possible in the house, and we're gonna fill up this big jug. It's easiest to toss one of these big jugs just under the faucet in your tub and just fill it up with hot water. And now I'm gonna go ahead and put in the LA's Totally Awesome, which is a questionable product to say the least, but you can see right there, it fights hard water buildup, calcium and lime stains, dirt, rust stains, and this is something that I think will help just kind of flush out the pipes. So we'll go ahead and throw some of this in our hot water mix. And since that condensation line is going to be draining out through here, just in case any boogers get flushed through, we want to make sure we leave the hot water running on this sink, because that's exactly where it's coming through. This line right here is the condensation line coming from the air handler. Now we've got our hot mixed concoction. Let's go ahead and get back up to the air handler. Now while our water is still warm and hot, we want to go ahead and slowly pour it in very carefully into our drainage line here. And we just want to eyeball it. And I can already hear it making its way through the pipe. You can hear the gurgling, and that's what you want to hear. And we're going to pour the entire bottle. Just make sure you don't spill any on your insulation if you're in the attic. You want to create a big flush out. And I'm pouring it in, as you can see, pretty quick. And you want to make sure you don't dump it in too quickly and then the water goes back into the air handler. And that's it. Perfect. And now you guys can see we got some bubbles, and it's looking much better in there than it did before. I'll go ahead and flash a picture of what it looked like before and what it looks like now. And once you've done this, be sure to take your little piece of PVC fitting, but this one does not require a cap. It's to help, I think, vent air, so it acts as a vent. So just carefully twist this back in and cap it off just like so. You don't need to push it in that hard, and that's really all you need to do for this piece of maintenance. We'll grab our weasel and I'll take you guys outside to the condenser unit. Now let's talk about the condenser unit outside. A lot of condenser units will get debris caught in these little fins. And so if you take a close look, you can see that it's important for the air to flow through these. And a lot of the times you'll have blades of grass and all kinds of dirt that will accumulate on these, and it'll build up quite excessively, like right here. And this is perfect for us to wash off real quick, and I'll show you guys a simple way to do that. There are a couple ways. You can go ahead and pop this guy loose by removing these 10 millimeter, actually I think they're 8 millimeter bolts. You can remove those and then take your fan assembly off and kind of dangle it off to the side, or have someone hold it. So you want to make sure that you flip the breaker switch and kill the power to this guy. As another safe bet, you can simply go to your thermostats as well and crank up the temperature a whole lot and just get this done within about 10 to 15 minutes or less. A lot of guys, even HVAC technicians, will come and start blasting on these things and doing it way too hard. But what I've found for just an average Joe, something that an everyday homeowner can do to help keep their air conditioner condenser cool, is to just put the hose at a vertical height, just to maybe a foot or two above the actual condenser, and let that heavy stream go to work. There's a healthy amount of power in gravity alone, just doing a soft, gentle rinse on these guys, and it helps washes out the fins pretty good. Same thing applies on dirty areas like what we got back here. I'll show you guys, you can see how dirty it is before, but we're using our pressure just at the normal pressure that's coming out of it naturally. We're not modifying this or trying to spray it hard, because we don't want to blow the debris into the fans. And that's why a lot of HVAC technicians will remove this fan assembly from the top of the condenser, and they'll go from the inside out, and they won't do this. But I think this is an easy, simple method for an average homeowner. Doing this every 3 to 4 months is a good idea, and just gently rinsing it off like this. And as you can see, there's a little bit left on the top half there, but we were able to rinse out a lot of that dust and dander debris. But that is a super easy do-it-yourself job. Get back into the attic, and let's go ahead and stick our jug back in the corner, screw our cap back on, and let it sit over here. And if you're someone like me that's had issues with moisture building up on your air handler in your attic or your closet, a big, large floor fan is a huge help. And all the moisture that's sitting in the air up in these attics, it's just hanging out in here. Keeping airflow moving is something that I've learned is instrumental. And a lot of people would say, oh, this is a fire hazard. And they might be probably right to have this running up here, because I just have it hooked up to one of the outlets off to the side here. But this has been a huge help for me. And during these hot months is really the only time that I turn it on. But other than that, when the weather's normal, I'll come up here and make sure I just turn it off. But I keep it on a medium to low speed and let it just blow over the unit. And by doing this floor fan method, it has eliminated the moisture issues that I was dealing with that was driving me crazy. And I was really worried about mold developing and my family having health problems. And this air fan came in handy big time. A lot of people drive themselves crazy trying to deal with the condensation on an air handler. They cover the thing in this insulation tape that you see right here. You know, we taped off all the seams and crevices, and that was the first thing we did, is we went ahead and made sure it was sealed. And it's a sealed unit. It's a nice tight system, but the moisture that's sitting in your attic, you just can't see it. That's coming out of the air just by being up here. I mean, even look at my arm. I'm condensating up here too. So big help on this floor fan. It's a huge saver if you're looking to get rid of the moisture problems on your air handler. And like I said, this is the #1 issue that an HVAC company will address when they come out to your home. They're gonna pop this little PVC connection off. They're gonna look in there and they're gonna see the drain is clogged, and that's why you might have an overflow or your AC has just stopped working. I've had a system where I had an extra drainage line here, and that's where you can see the problem occurred with our drain pan getting all rusty, is because the overflow was just dumping out into the drain pan. But now we've got this kill switch, so as soon as moisture is detected in here and it's not draining out of the plumbing correctly, this will turn off the AC system. And a lot of people are like, hey, my AC system, it's no longer working. What happened? Well, you might have one of these kill switches set up on your drainage line. So just definitely something to keep in mind. And like I said, the condenser unit outside, #1 thing that you have to worry about with those is really just keeping them clean. And a simple garden hose can do that for you. So, and as for people giving me a hard time in the comments about putting Bang cleaning product in my plumbing, I think it's a safe bet. I don't see any harm or foul. If it's safe for my bathroom and my toilet, then it's safe for me to flush out this line. Like I said, I didn't pour it into the air handler. I simply poured it through the plumbing to help clear out and flush our drainage line. But I hope this video helped you guys in one way or another. I greatly appreciate you watching our videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We need all the support and help we can get, and we greatly appreciate you being one of our subscribers. Thank you so much for watching this HVAC video. We've got other ones talking about the AC filters and the cheapest ones you can buy, etc. So check that video out. I'll try to drop it down in the description, but we will see you guys on the next video. Take care.